annual savings is one of the most obvious benefits to upgrading the lighting infrastructure. Like we mentioned earlier, reducing wattage is the key. So the more you reduce the wattage, the more annual savings will be available to you. So in this example above, as you can see, a reduction of 50,000 kilowatt hours would effectively mean $5,000 savings annually. While that doesn't sound like much at the outset, later in the slideshow, we'll show you how something like motion sensors and savings can be even greater. For an overall savings on your utility bill, you can anticipate 20% to 30% reduction. Now, that is very possible to technologies that we're going to be describing.
So really our goal here in the end is to reduce kilowatt hours, correct?
Absolutely.
So reducing the wattage effectively reduces kilowatt hours.
Absolutely.
Okay. And sometimes we're talking about kilowatt hours, the utility bills aren't real clear, or the bill may not show the total kilowatt hour cost. How does peak demand factor into the kilowatt hour price?
It's actually in addition to. You'll have a kilowatt hour rate. Let's say it's 10 cents a kilowatt hour. What I've seen on bills is if your business is getting hit with a peak demand charge, there's a separate line item for that. Now, peak demand in layman's terms is every day your business at one point has a spike in peak current. So what the municipalities do is they monitor that, and the highest point for the month, that is your peak demand. Now, peak demand rates obviously can vary depending on municipality, power factor, other things of that. But I've seen charges of $10.40 per, and it goes up a kilowatt rate as well. But it's not uncommon to see $300–400 of a lighting electrical bill be dedicated to peak demand on top of your standard kilowatt hour rate.
Well, and as we've seen, none of the bills seem to be very consistent. So I guess the point of this would be then to really analyze the bill and make sure that you're factoring all the costs.
Well, one thing to piggyback on that, just like we said in this, or a little earlier, kilowatt hour reduction is key. One benefit of that is the more you lower your kilowatt hours, that monthly snapshot the municipality takes, obviously the lower your peak demand is. So you're still going to have that peak demand charge, but it's not uncommon to shave, it in half just by reducing kilowatt hours.